Hello, Fiber friends, and welcome to another Friday Financial Fiber with your blind crochet artist host, Mo of Unseen Strands. Now, I almost thought I wasn't going to have anything to post for you today because it's not a payday week, but then I remembered that last night I fell down a rabbit hole pretty hard. And what had happened was I was looking for basically replacing my talking digital scale that I had gotten as a gift back in April, and it has lost its calibration. So basically it's not useful, and in order to reset it, you have to have a 500 kilogram weight, I believe, and those are like $60. So it's more than the scale usually costs on its own. And yeah, so I was looking for alternatives and I fell down the rabbit hole because I found a Bluetooth scale. Now this wouldn't talk through the actual scale itself, but it would talk through an app, and in the description box or the review box on Amazon, it said in one of the reviews that they had gotten this for their blind friend, and their blind friend thought it was the greatest thing ever. So I was highly interested, and then I looked at the price tag, and guys, it's under $15. Now, I included here in the picture that Amazon has, and it is a reflex pocket scale. And the whole reason I fell down that thing was I was updating my Ko-Fi page, which I have not ever gotten a Ko-Fi, but I just thought, new year, let's start off on the right foot and reevaluate my goal. And of course now that's even changed even from last night, but we'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, so I was looking because I was updating the Ko-Fi page, and I found this $15 scale, and guys, I'm so tempted, since we still have cashback bonus, to just go ahead and scoop this up, but we only have $10 or something of cashback bonus. So technically I should probably wait until our next bill statement or whatever, because I think we'd have enough cash back to go ahead and pay for that little handy digital scale and see if I can use it with my phone, because of course everyone uses different talkback software and things, and who knows if my phone actually works with the app, or at least works with the app and the scale like it should. But guys, I have my fingers crossed. So another thing that I was adding to my Ko-Fi goal was that I wanted a Braille Labeler. So of course Amazon didn't actually have any Braille labelers this time around. Now I know when I looked around my birthday there was at least a handful of options, but today, or yesterday, when I looked, there was like one. I was really depressed, and I think maybe it wasn't the place that I've seen on there before that carries them. And so I decided I'd Google it and see what I came up with. So of course I went to just mass supply stores and found other things to entertain myself with. Now, the Braille Labeler that I actually have gotten attached to was on maxiaids.com. I cannot say, it's like Reisen, Brailler or something. And it's under $30. It actually came up as one of the results on Google being sold at Walmart, but it's $32 on Walmart. And even though if you spend under probably, I think it's $75, there is shipping on this. When I looked in the shopping cart, it was only $2.50 shipping. So I think we could handle that. But that would make this about a $30 purchase, and that's a little out of reach for me right now, but something I definitely have my eyes on, especially if I get any coffees, because let's see, that's 10 coffees would get me that Braille Labeler. And again, this picture is taken from the website, so I have the website and the name of the product that I've added to the pictures, so that if you were curious, you could go find it yourself, or so that I am giving credit to the website where the picture is from. The fun thing about these Braille Labelers is that they just use like the Dymo tapes and things for an actual regular print or labeler system. So you can use, I think it was 1/2 inch or 3/8 inch, gosh, that's hard to say, 3/8 inch tapes for doing these labels, and they would work the same way as your Dymo labelers, except for the fact that it would do the label in Braille instead of doing ABCs. Now, you guys may remember that back in the summer, early fall, I had gotten addicted to the duct pack and track labels. And while I was on these websites, I found other labeling system, which I am totally in love with. Now, there was other ones that worked kind of similar to the pack and track, but I found this new system, or it's called the WayTag system, and it uses an NFC, which is your, I can't remember, nearby frequency communication or something, the little sensor on the back of your phone. It actually connects to that instead of having to scan a picture. And so I am totally in love with these. And what I have selected here is the button, because oh my gosh, guys, can you imagine attaching one of these to each skein of yarn and just scanning the little button to find out which thing it is instead of my barcode, which can get crinkled up and destroyed. And the buttons are actually washable or freezable, so they just seem like such a great thing, except for the fact that they are a little over $1 a button. So not something in my easy to afford category, but something I am definitely going to look into when I am labeling new yarns versus the pack and track. I guess I will just see. That website, I could not figure out what the shipping would be if you didn't spend the $75, but if you do spend $75 or more, it does have free shipping. So basically I could get 3 sets, and 3 sets of buttons would be $75, or roughly, or 75 buttons. I think they're at 26 something for each pack. And they have 2 different button styles. I did the round button because it's the 2-hole button style. They also have oval buttons that have just 1 oval slit, which I can see being used for some things, but it didn't seem as practical to me. So I just went ahead with the 2 holes buttons. Then there was one other tool I thought that would be super handy for me that I noticed. Of course, this has to be the expensive one out of the bunch, but what it's called is the Scanmarker Air. I'm not exactly sure what this does. I think it would be super neat to get one of these in person and play around with. But from the description, I take it you could just use it to scan an area of text, and then it will read what that text is to you. Now that just sounds totally amazing to me, because just imagine using that on like an envelope to read a return address, so I can actually tell who's sending me mail or something, or reading a pattern. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that till just now. Oh. But that item is like $130, I think. I think it was $129 or something. So yeah, something totally out of reach, but oh my gosh, guys, that just opened a whole world of possibilities for me, because I've tried to use my phone and the Google Translate to actually do some of this identifying words on things, but it is not the greatest thing. So I just think that this little marker tool might be super neat to at least play with. But yeah, price tag shock. And those WayTag buttons, of course, there are other things than just the buttons that use the WayTag system. There is also a reader that does the NFC and then Bluetooth it over to your phone. But that whole system and the Scanmarker Air is all part of lssproducts.com. So anyways, guys, that was just the little financial fiber that I wanted to share with you on this Friday. I know that is basically a low vision / blind only useful thing, but if you want to contribute to me so I can get these cool new things, at least new to me, they've probably been out forever, but I'm basically under a shell when it comes to anything that makes life accessible. So I just thought I'd share those with you. So if you would like to contribute to me, you can go over to my Ko-Fi page, which is ko-fi.com/unseenstrands. So super easy for you to find. But yeah, I think that will do it for us today. And If you like these little financial fibers, please hook the like button and subscribe. Talk to you later, guys.